So let's take a look at the nice new grip from FAB Defense. Now it is rubberized, so you will see there's a nice rubberized coating there. And that is, the design is sort of reminiscent of the Gratis grip that we reviewed previously. One thing you say about FAB Defense is they definitely have their own aesthetic style, and it shows in a lot of their stuff. So I don't know IDF, who's using what. I'm not over there, but some of the stuff is kind of goofy looking, and some of it is goofy looking but functional. So where does this land? Well, let's take a look at the Gratis grip first. We conveniently have this little beauty here, and the Gratis right here. So this is a steeper angled grip, and it does have a contour for your hand there, and it is a polymer body with a rubberized outer coating, and it is the exact same coating and design that they applied to their Handstop. So I think that's really good because the grip feels super solid, and so does the Handstop, and it feels like one of those things where you couldn't bust it. Feels like you could bust like a regular A2 grip or something similar, hollow grip, before you could break this. It is hollow too, but for the record. So back to the Handstop here. So there's a couple things I like and a couple things I don't like. I do like the fact that it is just a one screw design. You don't have multiple different screws going in there for putting that on your Mlok. I like the fact that it is really nice and just kind of well contained. It does what it needs to do, and then it just gets out of there. So it's not one of those things that's all over the freaking place. It takes forever, it just takes up a bunch of space, although it does take up too much, and I'll show you that in a second. There's a good texture coating on the front there, and you can definitely feel that there's some anti-slip material applied there. So, and it's hella hot in here. It always is. So I like it like that. I like the fact that I can go ahead and combine it with another Handstop. So in this case, there is the SIG Handstop kit for the MCX, and that works out just really nice. I am two trigger fingers forward when I shoot, so having something like that is really nice. So there's a couple things that it does I did not expect it to. So when I got this thing home, I didn't realize that it does also function as a QD. And so that's kind of cool, because if you look, the screw that actually holds everything in there is underneath the QD socket. So we'll just go ahead, toss that QD right in there, and away you go with the always excellent Boxer Omni Sling. Love this thing. Check out the review for it and get one. So this works out rather nice. The only thing I can say is I don't see it being like Peel's primary go-to sling mount. However, space is at a premium. Like if you're running this on a carbine, we're using a 7.5 inch handguard or whatever. Having your grip also be your QD might be kind of nice. So the thing is, it's naturally rotation limited because, well, guess what? You can't really turn it. So that's kind of nice that it keeps it nicely in check there and oriented. So I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't know that it actually did that beforehand. They do show it being used as a thumb brake, and I'll show you that in a minute here. As well as I don't even know, just another sling mount where you put it over here and then it faces the other way. I mean, it's really weird, but I don't think people are going to use it for something like that. I think people are going to use it for Handstop that may mount a sling. So again, if you're out there running and you're like, oh shit, I got my sling and my QD and all that, and I don't have anything to mount it on, because some guns don't have a whole lot to mount it on, and you don't have, let's say, a Boxer Omni Sling to put it wherever you want, this is probably a good thing for you. Like 25 bucks, I think, was the whole thing for that. So I like the way that works. I like the shape. I like the grippiness. I like the fact that it gets in and gets out without doing a whole lot of extra nonsense. The design is very minimalist. You could probably use this pretty well on an AK as well, because there's a nice cutout part there, so it's not going to be taking up a whole bunch of spots, I guess. But yeah, so I do like that, and of course they do have on the side FAB Defense and Vts-m for something versatile, tactical, Mlok. So what do I not like about it, and why? Well, it's close, but it's not 100%. Normally I do run a Vts-m CAG on this thing, and that is my preferred grip on this. Again, this is very functional. I'd have no problems just running this. You know, it feels good, but, and there's always a but, there's a couple things that really, I think, drive me wild. And one is, it is not a one slot design. So if you can see that there, it actually takes like 1.3 or something like that. And what that is it's a pain in the ass because it will not completely cover one slot. As you can see, it's mounted here, but instead it also kind of comes back here. So I can't really mount a whole rail panel there. So like if I was going to go and take this Strike Industries little rail cover here and put it in there, you really can't because it just butts up against the FAB grip. So I don't like that at all. I wish I had gotten it down to one slot. I think a one slot design is great. If you're going to go for a two slot design, go for a two slot design, embrace it. But this is like a 1.2, 1.3. So it kind of kills things a little bit. So that doesn't really work for me. The other thing too is that with taking the amount of space that it does limit the amount of places that I can put this. And so if you look at here, let's see if we can get a good shot of that. So that is right where my gas block is. You can see the gas block. So I can't really move this thing around too much because it moves by awkward amounts of slots. So it has to be, in this case, where I want it to be underneath the gas block, which is not ideal. I don't like things that close to the gas block if I can avoid it. So I would like to see it maybe take up a little bit less room and give you more options to put it somewhere because, you know, again, like the Thig one, that's pretty much a slot. So this one just does a little bit too much. If they cut off this lip in the back, I could see that being a good thing to do. I understand why they didn't do it, but at the same time, you know, whatever. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I think the construction is really good. I think it does work very well as a barricade rest. If you want to go ahead, park that on something, that's totally fine, and you're not really going to be out of anything. Let me just go ahead real quick and take this off. Oh, take it off. And let me show you something here real quick. And we'll see what we think here. All right. You know, if you give Mlok to ADHD people. So here is a little guy there. So you can see is that there's these teeth here and here, right? So, and these are what prevent it from going into another slot. So this is one slot length here, okay? And then this is all the extra nonsense, essentially. So what happens is if I'm going to put it on something, it's like, let's say, here we go, and I put it on there, well, because those teeth are essentially one slot, it does not go in one slot. So even if I back it up, it cannot go in this one single slot here. See that? How it will not go? It has to go with one tooth back or one tooth forward. Both those teeth will not fit in the same slot. So that does limit your options if you're super anal, super OCD, super attentive, like I am. That is a pain in the ass because I want my stuff to be where I want it to be, and I don't want to sit there and play Freddy fuck around for 3 hours, which I've done, and try to get all this stuff, you know, into where it's supposed to be. But that's just me. I mean, you could be completely different. You could not even care about it, whatever. So overall, I think that it is worth the money. I think for the $25 I paid for it, it's nice. It does give me some options. It's pretty darn small for what it is. And I mean, the fact that it doubles as a QD mount, there's guns where I don't have enough space on there for like a rail mounted QD. So having something like this is really nice because, you know, then I have a Handstop and I have a QD and I have all this other crap bolted on there. Well, if I have a real limited Mlok rail estate, that might not work for me. So guys, okay guys, one of the things that FAB Defense claims that you can do with their Handstop is use it as a like thumb brake. And they say, of course, use it with their proprietary AFG type device. Obviously, I don't have one of those on hand, so I kind of make do with what I have. Right now, I don't think it's where it needs to be. So here's, you can kind of see how awkward that is for my hand when I'm using their thumb brake. So, of course, I'm using the Vts-m CAG there at the bottom. And it just doesn't feel right. And I know that I can move it forward or backwards. Forward, it goes underneath the light. backwards, just not in a good position. So maybe if you have a certain rail system, it works for you. Just for me, it doesn't. I think it's kind of a goofy idea. I understand it, that there's a little bit more versatility in here, especially if you have a hot gun, being able to go ahead and rest your hand there as opposed to coming up on top is probably a nice thing, but it just crowds my hand too much. However, of course, it still does have the capability of running the sling mount there. In fact, they actually, for their sling mount in the instructions, they have this turned around, but I'm not going to do all that just because stuff. So you definitely always use it as well as a sling mount too. Just another option there for you. Again, I don't think that's going to be replacing anybody's QDs anytime soon, but if you run out and you need something real quick, it's good to know that it's there. But yeah, for a thumb brake, I'm not really sold on that.